Welcome to our third video of the eInvoicing series by Steltix. The objective of this series is to create awareness around the invoicing and to help companies to seamlessly adopt it while contributing to their digital transformation, a key factor for business success nowadays. Today, Daniel Smith will interview Stu Ross, Manager Operations and Promotion of the Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment in New Zealand. He will explain the role of invoicing in businesses, some of its benefits, a few misconceptions, and more. Enjoy!
Hi everyone and welcome to the Steltix eInvoicing series. Today is my great pleasure to welcome Stu Ross, Manager Operations and Promotion eInvoicing New Zealand People Authority, part of the New Zealand Ministry of Business, Innovation and Employment, also known as MBIE. Welcome Stu, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks Daniel, it's great to be here. Thanks for the opportunity.
So Stu, tell us briefly for those listening, what is eInvoicing?
Well, eInvoicing is the direct exchange of invoice information from one financial system to another. So if you think about how invoices are currently done in most cases, it's generated in a software system, it then gets nicely structured data, it then gets turned into a PDF for the person that receives that invoice then to have to open it up and reconstruct that data in their own system. So eInvoicing quite simply takes the PDF out of the equation and just takes that data straight from the sender's system straight into your system.
Okay, thanks Stu. And can you comment on what's the role of MB in invoicing? Tell us why invoicing is so important and what are the benefits for companies?
Yeah, well, that's a really great question because for us at MB, we're all about growing New Zealand for all. That's our purpose. We're about improving the productivity of businesses. And we see eInvoicing as just one of the tools that we have which enables a business to turn the things that are quite manual in process that don't actually add any value into a business, digitizing them, automating them, and enabling a business to spend less time on those sorts of things to be able to actually spend more time actually doing the things that they want to be doing, like growing customer value. So for us, it's about improving productivity. It's about enabling faster payments. It's about eInvoicing helps facilitate invoices information straight into your system faster, which means we can pay faster. It's about providing more security. We know that invoice fraud is one of the growing issues for businesses around the world. And eInvoicing helps support that by providing a more secure environment. And it's really about creating an open market. It's the ability to send an invoice from one system to another, regardless of which system the trading partners are using. In the same way, like internet banking, you can send money from one account to another.
Stu, we understand you're involved in a business here in New Zealand which your family runs. I also hear that business is eInvoicing enabled. Please tell us a bit more about your company and your first-hand experience with eInvoicing.
Yeah, having a family business has enabled me to experience eInvoicing from a customer's perspective, and that's really been invaluable. So as soon as we were able to get set up for eInvoicing, we got it activated within the software, and as soon as could get invoices through from suppliers, encouraged them to do it that way. For me, one of the things I found of particular value was the time savings in terms of not having to transpose information into that system. The information that the supplier provided in terms of their invoice, all the detail in that invoice came straight into the system. Whereas in the past when we've used bank feeds, which just tell you about the supplier and the amount, you're only generally coding it to what the type of activity it was, what type of service or what product it was. So this way I was actually getting all the complete information, in this particular case from a carpet cleaner, about all the details about the work that they actually done and where it applied. So if I've got any issues in the future, I don't actually have to go back and find the original PDF invoice. All the information is sitting within that finance system.
And how will companies benefit from eInvoicing? What are you seeing from your insights around the world and what has the take-up been here in New Zealand, companies registered to be able to receive e-invoices?
Actually, this morning I just received an email where we've just passed the 5,000 registered businesses to receive e-invoices here in New Zealand. And we're seeing that growth happening month on month. We're seeing a really big, strong push coming through from small businesses that are registering. And we're starting to also, we've got 13 central government agencies that are registered to receive e-invoices as well. So we're starting to see some real growth happening in terms of businesses that are starting to understand about e-invoicing and the benefits behind it in getting on board.
Oh, fantastic, and congratulations. It's great growth. So I suppose the next question, Stu, does e-invoicing provide advantages to companies who may be tendering with the government?
Yeah, actually, one of the things that we're doing within MB is we are asking, and when we're looking for new suppliers, we're asking them if they do have the capability to send us e-invoices, advising them that our preference is that we receive an e-invoice, and if they have any plans to get on the way. So it doesn't mean that you would be precluded from supplying to government if you couldn't do it, but we're just specifying at this stage that we have a preference for e-invoicing because that's the way we want to transact with businesses, because that enables us to pay them faster and keeps it really streamlined and seamless for them to do business with us.
And what advice would you give companies who are interested in implementing e-invoicing? Where should they start?
It's a great question. Our first bit of advice to businesses is, first of all, talk to the businesses that you are currently using to do business, generate invoices. Find out if that system is actually already enabled, because in a lot of cases it will be. And the majority of the small business software, accounting software providers are already enabled for e-invoicing, and other products that generate invoices outside of those systems are constantly coming on board and getting those systems enabled. So the first step is actually go and have a look on the website of your software provider, or talk to your provider and find out if they actually have the functionality already built into the software, or if they have plans to go that way.
So Stuart, Steltex has been a global leader with e-invoicing, with many implementations internationally, and we do spend a lot of time helping organisations, in particular those running the Oracle JD Edwards product, with our e-invoicing adapter for Oracle JD Edwards. I understand you also spend a lot of time with companies educating them on the benefits of e-invoicing. What are you hearing? What are some of the common misconceptions that you hear in and around e-invoicing?
One of the first misconceptions we get from companies is the belief that the only way they can get on board with e-invoicing is to do a full finance system upgrade. And really what we've discovered through this process is there's actually a number of different pathways in which a business can get on board with e-invoicing. And it's a really good opportunity to actually explore those different ways. And there's a number of bits of information on our website which can help guide a business around different ways that they can connect into e-invoicing. The other key one, which I think is actually a really nice one, is that we're hearing businesses don't want to put more burden on their suppliers, and they think that it's going to be really hard for especially their small business customers to be able to transact with them. But the reality is, for a lot of small businesses especially, it's actually really easy to get on board with e-invoicing because the systems they use are already being enabled. So to find that out, we encourage people to go and have a look at our website. That's einvoicing.govt.nz. On there, we list out a number of products and software-enabled products that are already set up to do e-invoicing. And Steltex is one of the e-invoicing-enabled providers for the JD Edwards product, and as is actually listed on our website there.
Well, thank you, Stuart, for joining us on the Steltex e-invoicing series, and to everyone listening, we look forward to you joining us again in the future. Thank you.
Thank you for watching the third video of our series. We invite you to share and like if you enjoyed the video, and we will see you in the next one.